Fantasy Friends is a time management and life simulation game developed by Zalox Studios, published by Maximum Entertainment, and was released on November 6th of 2020. In Fantasy Friends, you are tasked by a fairy to take care of small animals in a valley. Through feeding, playing, and loving these little creatures, you will watch them grow and change. You must also take care of the valley through trimming the grass and washing the animals' houses. Join in on the fun and loving and playing with your new friends. Playing the game and unlocking all the new features is actually pretty relaxing. After obtaining an egg, you have to rub it every so often in order for it to hatch into a creature. Taking care of your friend by playing with them and their toys, feeding them, and petting them will level them up, and eventually they will evolve into a new form. Each creature has a different minigame, like creating an obstacle course for one to run through, and you can also do other activities to increase their different needs. If you have played sim games where you need to take care of cute little creatures, this one has all the typical mechanics a game like that would have. Fantasy Friends is adorable, and it is pretty cool to see these critters evolve into bigger versions of themselves. The game does become dull at certain points. After obtaining all of the animals, there's nothing really to do, except play the minigames with them and earn coins to unlock everything. The thing is though, is that it takes a lot of coins to earn everything, and the slow process isn't worth it to unlock the same brush that does the same thing for each and every single animal. If you know what you are getting into, it's a pretty entertaining experience with just enough merit to keep you invested. I give Fantasy Friends a 5 out of 10. Fantasy Friends Under the Sea is a time management and life simulation game developed by Zalox Studios, published by Maximum Entertainment, and was released on September 1st of 2021. This next installment in the Fantasy Friends series sees you taking care of underwater sea creatures. There are clothes to collect, unique activities to play with the creatures, and multiple eggs to take care of and hatch. Leisurely nurture these sea babies and watch them grow. You don't need to hold your breath to participate in playing with more animals, now exclusively subaqueous. Under the Sea sounds like a good idea, but the execution is way off. For starters, the environment is a lot smaller. All of the animals' houses are sort of layered on top of each other, and it feels more like a fish tank than an actual place. Also, because of this, the exterior decorations just sort of feel more meaningless than the other ones from the first Fantasy Friends game. There are also less minigames to play, but the games here feel like actual interesting games and not little side activities where you just press buttons. They are more interactable and have more going on functionally. Since there is a bit more to the minigames, some of them tend to overstay their welcome just a bit. This sequel is just less interesting than the first game. There isn't a variety with the animals. Sure, there are different sea animals, but it just sort of feels watered down compared to the different types of creatures in the original Fantasy Friends. If you enjoyed the first one and want more of the same, and maybe a little less, then Under the Sea will provide you with some entertainment. Unfortunately, Fantasy Friends Under the Sea burst my bubble by being more underwhelming in multiple ways than its predecessor. I give Fantasy Friends Under the Sea a 3.5 out of 10. The Unicorn Princess is an open-world adventure game developed by Caprinia Games, published by Big Ben Interactive and Top Blitz Productions, and released on November 19th of 2019. You play as Lila, a young girl who loves horses just as much as she loves helping everyone around town. After helping some of the townsfolk with their mundane tasks, a unicorn named Unica calls out to Lila, Yunica whisks Layla off to a faraway land known as the Dream World, where she must now help Yunica complete her mundane tasks. Help Yunica save her world while juggling the needs of everyone back in the real world.
Come on, Layla. It's time to visit the Guardian of the Dream World at the
The Unicorn Princess is fundamentally a fully functioning video game, but it's not really good at all. The game has stiff animations, odd voiceovers, and inadequate graphics. It's easy to get your character stuck on objects and the environment. Actually playing the game isn't fun because all you're doing is riding from one place to another. If you dirty up your horse enough, you will have to bring it back to the stable to clean it, but that's as exciting as the game gets. There are some customization options for Layla, but they are all pretty weak and uninteresting. You can unlock more horses and customize them with different colored styles and saddles, but it's kind of like, for what reason? There are just no layers to the game overall to make anything in it worthwhile. The game is cute when it comes to its material and purpose. If you are big into horses or unicorns, there may be a reason to get this just for that reason alone. There are a lot of horse games out there though, from arcade types to realistic sims. The Unicorn Princess isn't doing anything in particular for you to get invested in its narrative or gameplay. The lack of polish with its design and overall nature of the gameplay is very poor, making the Unicorn Princess unworthy of a serious purchase unless you are curious. I give the Unicorn Princess a 1.5 out of 10.